Welcome to Bible 180 Ecclesiastes. This book is written like a teacher addressing a class. The syllabus covers the material. What is the meaning of the rat race of life? The book starts off by saying, vapor, vapor, everything is vapor. The word is sometimes translated as meaningless, but more literally and perhaps more helpful is to translate it as vapor or smoke. Pleasure, life, meaning, they're all a lot of smoke. You can see them, they're there, but you can't hold on to them. It's here one moment and gone the next. As the book continues, the teacher goes about proving case by case that life is vapor. Wisdom is smoke itself, because even when you gain it, you don't feel any better about life, and still you see no changes. Pleasure, too, is vapor. The teacher built wonderful houses and denied himself no pleasure, but he ended up depressed. He describes how wise and foolish alike perish. Gaining possession means working yourself to death and leaving it all to others with no control over how they'll use it. He then describes how there is a time for everything, but you can't hold on to any particular time. Time marches on and everything changes. No matter how impressive or big your accomplishments, in the end, another one bites the dust. Despite the frustrations, there are some insights that the teacher shares. For instance, just the two of us are better than one because we can complement and help each other. Contentment is a constant refrain. The teacher chased after pleasure, but was left empty. It's better not to chase after these things in the first place. Better one handful with tranquility than two handfuls with toil and a chasing after the wind. The book concludes that we ought to hold on loosely to life because we are all dust in the wind. Don't sweat the small stuff. Enjoy life when it goes well because, well, it won't always go. The last chapter is command to remember your Creator while you are still young, before the light goes out from your eyes and your retirement account dries up and the door to your life shuts. Fear God, the book concludes, and keep His commandments. It's not our lot to figure out life, but rather to do what God has given us to do and to rely on Him. I repeat, it's not our job to figure out the meaning of life, but rather to be faithful and rely on Yahweh. Read alone, this book might be a temptation to despair. It shows how futile life can be apart from hope in Christ. It's a timely reminder that human reason has its limitations. It also is a reminder not to get caught up in chasing after the things of this life instead of enjoying the life God has given us. We can't find meaning or purpose on our own, so we have to hope in the Lord and wait for His judgment. Ecclesiastes teaches us to despair of ourselves or earthly wisdom for hope, permanence, or meaning. Although the teacher does not yet know how God will act, he drives home the point that the intervention of the Creator is our only hope, and He alone knows life and its meaning. Thankfully, in the New Testament, God has revealed both more of God's plan and delivered upon that hope that the teacher was waiting and longing for.